On this episode of BeamNG Roadkill Projects, we're back to destroying the fleet at Hirochi Raceway. Alright, everybody, we are back. Oh, it feels good to be back. That was a nice little break that I had, though. It was nice to kind of take a step back for a little bit and not have to worry about recording as much. And, well, happy 4th of July, because my break is ending early for several things. One of them is the Minecraft Project Nebula server is updating the 1.16 on the 2nd, and next week, as of when I'm recording this, but it's probably going to be 2 weeks from when you see this episode. I'll be doing some blast mining in the Nether with a few people, and I want to record that or stream that. So basically, I'm done being bored with myself, and I'm done having all the fun that I've been having in Beam by myself. It's finally time to let people see the thrashing that I've been doing for the past week. And yeah. So the cat is out of the bag. Episode 50 is happening right where the first episode happened. The first shootout between me and Sean happened. Hirochi Raceway. Which, what a lovely facility this is for destroying with tire smoke. Because that's all I've been doing. And I have plenty ideas to come back here one day for an event that I think that will be amazing. And we're going to be trying a little bit of that today, as well as doing some drifting here at the Oval. So, just to show you, that's not what I want to do. Usually, there is a giant ramp here. I have removed that by going into the world options and removing that, and I've created a separate file that I can input and output into BeamNG that deletes this and all the textures that were on it and everything. There might be a random texture still, here, but yeah, there's supposed to be a big ramp here, but that's so then we can connect the oval with these wonderful pieces of machinery. So, a few of these vehicles you know, one of them you do not, but basically, just to go through them so you're familiar with yourself, this is my cop car. Originally, it was going to be a nitrous bomb car, but then I basically souped it up and turned it in to Neighbor. And this is one of the most perfect drag racing cars, burnout cars, drifting cars, anything. This is just going to be a basic big advertisement for Crown Vics, because that's basically what's the Grand Marshal is. But yes, this made an accidental 1150 horsepower. And this isn't even a stage 3 blower, as I found out the other day. This is only a stage 2. I built this about a year ago at this point, and it's still kicking. The original motor blew up in this car that had all the nitrous passes, but we put a brand new cop car motor in this thing with like stage 3 internals and slapped the same blower on it, and boom, this thing has been kicking. It's been reliable. Of course, we've had to fix it with some of the BeamNG performance, like the BeamNG performance updates for the Grand Marshal. But moving on to another Grand Marshal, the Drift Marshal. Yes, this is my learning car for drifting in BeamNG, which you're going to see I have really learned. I have very learned how to drift in this game. And this car rips, and I know how to make it rip even more. We're actually going to be working on something in this episode as well. We're going to be putting a 50 shot of nitrous on this thing, because it is the just amount, just the right amount of nitrous and horsepower to get me around the banks on the oval. So, yeah, I'm excited to drift this thing, and I am excited to thrash in it and get some wall taps. Let's just hope that I don't break some of these vehicles before episode 50, because I kind of need 3 out of the 5 here. But next up is a new one. This is a car that I have gotten while we're up here in Maine at Hirochi Raceway to drive around, and I came across a gem. This is a V8 Road Sport Grand Marshal. It's all tricked out with the supercharger. So, yeah, it's the original motor and everything. And let me just say, I think I'm keeping this thing. And I think we might do something with it, because I have the perfect all-around car / drag car. I have a drift car. Both of these cars can't go around a track. So track marshal? That might be the future for this poor car, even though it is in such good shape. And I'm probably going to destroy it today. But getting away from the Grand Marshals, we got the muscle truck. The old, reliable, one of the older vehicles. The concept for episode 50 is that we have 4 of the original vehicles back from seasons 1 and 2, and then we have 4 of the new vehicles. So it's basically like kind of, you know, the old cars versus the new cars, to see how well they'll go up against each other. If you guys do want to keep up with the news on that, there's going to be a lot of Instagram posts leading up to the episode 50, naming all the cars that are going to be there. Most of your favorites are going to be there, and I'm excited to be doing episode 50. It's not filmed yet. These vehicles are here a little early. It really does suck that, you know, I have these cars sent around everywhere and they just sit. But before I go back to do other project car episodes, because there's been a whole secret build that you don't even know about yet going on, I decided, why not have a big Thrash day? And then, of course, if it survives, because I romp on this car really hard, this is the Impala. I built this to go up against Sean in a shootout against his Claphawk. Maybe we'll see that thing return one day. But, yeah, this is basically a backyard-built 4-door Impala. A grandpa machine. And I don't know how much horsepower it makes. It's got a big blower out the hood. It does really good burnouts. We're going to try to drift it. It has an automatic. Yeah, this has an automatic, this is an automatic, and this is an automatic, and we're going to try to drift them anyways. The muscle truck won't be drifting because I've tried to drift it, and it doesn't have the rear gears. But I think the rest of these are very possible to be drifted, and I think all 3 of these beautiful units right here are going to survive. So, we'll save the best for last, which is going to be this thing, because it's going to be a lot of thrashing. But I think we should start out with All Reliable, the accidental 1,500 or 1,150 horsepower. And see how terrible I can drift this boat around with stock suspension. I'm really hoping this doesn't go wrong, but I think I figured out a method to drift this thing after thrashing it for a few weeks. Oh yeah, we need to do one thing. Yeah. So I have been drifting this thing around a lot. Did it shift? I think it did. We'll get it on the next bank. But yeah, I think I figured out a method, and that's just to stick the auto in second gear and hope that it survives. Yeah. I have my moments with this car. Don't worry about it. Well, I've already destroyed the bumper. That ain't the first time with this car. Oh, I'm wrecking it already. I don't want to wreck these cars terribly. Let's just get a good restart on life here. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, that was good. This thing is so much fun to throw around with 1100 horsepower. I just hate that it's an automatic. Yeah, it drifts pretty good. I'm surprised. Let's try going the other way. Yeah, that's fun. And just for fun. Oh, this thing's so much fun to drive around. Turn the siren off. Okay, not yet. Not yet. Yeah, we'll use this thing. I didn't put this thing in auto or realistic. Jesus Christ. Now this thing I have not figured out a science to, but I'm sure as hell gonna try here. Oh, this thing is so boaty. That's sock suspension for you. I'm pretty sure that this car is about to give up on life, because I have really beat this poor car to death. Oh my god. Yeah, this is, this thing can't drift. Okay. Yeah, I feel like that was a very valiant attempt on the Impala's part. I think we should just move on to the Thrash moment. Now it is time to get all the wall taps. Let's purge that nitrous. Yeah. This thing absolutely rips. This is becoming one of my favorite cars. Especially just for a learner's car. This thing is so good. Alright, let's refill the bottle and get some more action in this thing. Alright, we're gonna try going the other way. I don't want to screw up the front end. Oh god, yeah, that's overheating bad. Oh, this thing is so fun. This really makes me wish that the facility in Texas had a skid. Well, it has a skid pad, but it doesn't have an oval. And there's not like really a lot of good oval tracks in Beam. That does kind of suck. But my god, this is track fun. I know it's only an oval, it's not really like a drift course. And I'm gonna have to do some action on a drift course with this thing soon. But yeah, this thing is just too much fun. Yeah, it didn't really like that. It's kind of low on nitrous, so... Yeah, it's out. Oh, so much fun. So much fun. Alright, let's move on to the next little fun section of this video that I think the road sport and the muscle truck are going to dominate in. So, Hirochi Raceway has a pretty big pit area. So basically, the whole span of the pit area, minus this little dirt section, I doubt I'd be able to get through that without crashing. But basically, this whole pit area, I want to designate to basically giving myself about 5 minutes to use these 4 vehicles and do the most skilled line of smoke that I can come up with. And yeah, of course, I'm gonna rate them myself, and I want the people in the comments to rate each vehicle as well, to give them both a performance, and let me know if you want to see something like this in the future in Beam, because this is a perfect little area to do something like this. There's a lot of tight obstacles and everything, a lot of good opportunities for wall taps. I've even thought of using the whole Hirochi facility. I don't know if I'd be able to make that happen, but yeah, maybe. I don't know. But basically, in these 4 vehicles, I'm going to give myself about 5 minutes a vehicle to do the best burnout performance and driving that I can. Hopefully I don't break them. But yeah, this is all inspired off of Burnout Rivals. I've seen some of the clips of it. I know it's not full on YouTube yet. The full show ain't on YouTube yet. But it looked like so much fun that I thought to myself, maybe this would work in BeamNG too. And plus, it's just a good excuse to drive these things and make a bunch of smoke. So yeah, we're going to start off with the road sport, and, well, we'll probably end off with one of the blown cars, because they're obviously probably going to be the 2 best performances. Okay, I've picked my starting spot. I'm basically going to start wherever I want to in the facility, just so then I can kind of use all of it. But yeah, as much tire smoke as I can make, and as much skilled driving as I can get. So I'm putting it in first gear, and let's just floor it. I need to do something else. Before it overheats. Oh, come on. Come on, cool off. Good, Grand Marshal. Alright, well that was a bit lackluster because, you know, car doesn't really have a lot of horsepower. That wasn't really exactly 5 minutes, but I don't want to blow this beauty up because this car is actually pretty mint. Alright, let's move on to the muscle truck. Okay, let's go until it overheats again. Start in a second. Really? And it's overheating already. This truck does not have a good radiator in it. It's really more made for going in a straight line than doing burnouts. Should fix that. Because this thing does really good third gear burnouts. Well, it's second gear and probably third gear with the nitrous on, but yeah, this thing does good burnouts, and the rev range is perfect in it. We'll do the cop car last. We'll move on to the Impala. Burnouts for distance. Oh, this motor hates life. Come on, let's get it in there. This thing is a certified ripper. Oh my god, the poor bumper. I think I tweaked the whole body. I don't know, it doesn't look like anything's really lining up in the back anymore, and the bumper mount on the driver's side is completely tore out. Oh yeah, I wall tapped it pretty hard back there, but this thing is a tank. It took it. There's like really minimal damage. I don't even know what side I hit on. It's only tweaked a little bit though. I'd say it's still pretty mint. I'd say it did good though. Alright, let's move on to the cop car. Now this is gonna be chaos. I hope I don't break this thing. Oh, that fucking curb! Get me out of here! Oh! Oh, this poor car. It's gonna have to go to a body shop. Oh, man. I'm sorry, girl. Oh, that fucking curb, though. That thing sucked. I think it ruined the rear wheels. Oh, yeah, that's bent. It didn't ruin the rear end, though. That's good. Alright, well, even though that wasn't the best performance, and I just gave up at the end there and let it go in high gear. Oh, man. That was fun. Nice way to come back, is to destroy 5 vehicles for no apparent reason and lessen their life expectancy by 7 years, most likely. But, yes. That was a hell of a lot of fun. I enjoyed that thoroughly. And, yeah. It's good to be back. And we'll be back next weekend with another episode of BeamNG Roadkill projects.